Alright, hello everyone. I'm training on EU this morning. Gonna do a short stream. I streamed like 9 hours in total yesterday. No, it was actually almost 10 because I streamed 5.5 plus like 4. Wow. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and hop in call where some people are waiting.
Hey, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hey Luku. How are you doing? It was really as advertised. Are you talking about my moose? Or my webcam? I recently got this cool new chair. It's really nice. It's really comfortable.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello!
Hi.
Dude, thank you for the follow so much. I'm actually close to affiliate now. I think I need like 5 more follows. Alright, so who are we missing? I'm here, Gary's here, Gelson's here, Maggie's here, Bezos here, Sayo's here, um, Eladian is not here. And then Loki is also not here. Scylla, are you still having troubles joining? Most other people have been able to join. Oh, okay. Awesome. Oh, I forgot I muted my game for the intro. Let me unmute that. Hello, Jabbers. How you doing? Just doing a small EU chaining. Um, so yeah, are you in a squad? You can't be in a squad to join a squad. Or party. But yes, I am in a squad. That's the squad you're trying to join. Can you push your in-game name? And I'll send you an invite. And then we just need up banners and we're ready to go. Jabbers, you better post pictures of that kitten somewhere. There we go. And now we'll LFG for banners. Or DPS, I'm really.
Not a lack? I thought we were missing a lack.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were missing. Banners was
I
here.
think I'm running banners.
Yeah. Let me go get the server invite. If people want to start loading in, you're welcome to. So my puppy recently got spayed, and it has proven that she is literally 90% fluff because they had to shave her paw. Let me see if I can get a picture of it without like doxing myself.
Suddenly it looks like you have a skeleton as a dog.
Alright, it's on stream. Like, she is nothing but fluff. It makes her look so fat, but in reality, it's all just fluff. And if she ever gets wet, she looks like a little rat.
I've made life of a sort.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
oh,
a lot of stuff.
Alright, we have all of our alacrities. Awesome.
There you are.
come over
Now that you're here, we can
here.
explore this place.
You
I
get
see
this,
someone's a bit impatient. You think there's something important here?
Isn't it obvious? I make a discovery, I'm gonna investigate the heck out of it. And wait till you see what I found.
Where exactly are
Actually,
Good question.
I can't have
I don't
you in
know,
my
but the answer is most certainly around us somewhere.
Can I have you type X if you're my lock mech? I need to divide the subs correctly. Alright.
Wait, what did you say?
Don't worry about it. It's already been fixed.
Okay.
Spellbreaker banners. Interesting. Alright.
Isn't it your luck mech?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm not.
No, you're
a
right.
luck-
I tried to divide might a little bit better, but yeah.
What the?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering because.
Remembering my group composition, go ahead and follow me by the way, is like has messed me up so much since End of Dragons. Like I don't know what class does what anymore. It's messing with my mind.
Yeah, there's a lot to relearn, I guess.
Well,
they will
also,
summon
like,
the
I have
snowback.
another boon that I need to think of, and it's a might. Because normally Druid just does it. Let me get my things correctly, and then I will start the training.
I'm gonna be at Glen if you want.
Come here.
Okay. Alright, can I have you type X in chat if you are new here? Just want to see how many people we have. Alright, 4 people. So, before I even start explaining this boss, what I want you to do is go into your settings, go into graphics options, and I would like you to make sure that you have your shaders turned up to at least medium or better. Also, turn your character model limit up to highest. The reason for these two things is any mechanic is tied to your character model limit, unfortunately. So if you have it at low, there's a chance you don't even see mechanics. The next reason we want shaders to be at least medium or better is doing so enables floor textures, and we are going to use this inner circle as kind of a guide on where to stand. I'm actually going to change the markers a little bit closer. So the boss is going to stand at the center of this circle and never move from it. He is going to attack the furthest person from him with a long-range crystal shotgun. However, the boss is really tall and he doesn't want to aim it at his feet, so he's going to shoot it so it lands about where this circle meets. It's for that reason we want to be at this inner circle at all given times. If you're back here, you're going to get hit by that crystal shotgun and it's going to knock you down and you're just not going to have a fun time. So, be in this center circle at all given times. The next attack he will do is called a teleport attack. He's going to drop down these red or astral circles with a red border around them. If you're standing in them, after 2 seconds, you will, or while you're standing in them, the edge of your screen will glow yellow, signifying for you to get the heck out of them. After 2 seconds of them being there, they will detonate and it will teleport you to a random area in the room. Most likely that's going to be back here, at which point you're the furthest from the boss and you're going to get slapped around with the crystal shotgun. But fear not, notice that you have a special action key called Celestial Dash. Make sure that's bound to something easy to press, because doing so just dashes you back over to Arrow where we will be standing. Any questions on this?
Nope.
Alright. Now Moose, why do you have 3 more markers? I'm glad you asked, Disembodied Voice. And that's because every 30 seconds the boss is going to choose the furthest person from them and is going to give them a debuff called Shared Agony. What Shared Agony does is you have a giant AoE running around you that doesn't do that much damage to you, but it will nuke any of your friends. It lasts for 90 seconds and happens every 30 seconds, so that's 3 people are going to get sent to timeout at each of the marker. Once you have Shared Agony, an easy way to see if you have that is just to look at the squad in the upper corner. If your name has a red border around it, it means you have the horrible juice. I don't know what to call it. It means you have Shared Agony. And we don't want you near us, so just go sit in timeout. A word of note about being in timeout: be where the marker is. If you're hitting somebody on Arrow, that's because they're making a mistake and not standing on Arrow. I do not want you on the edge of this circle, or you're going to get hit by the knockback and you're going to have a not fun time and go downstate. Once your Shared Agony is done, make sure you rejoin us. Oh, I didn't mean to press that button. Make sure you rejoin us over on Arrow, because as soon as you lose it, somebody else is getting it. Alright. Now for the last 2 mechanics. This one trips people up a lot. This is called greens. Now, we will be doing greens. What this means is every roughly 45-ish seconds, the boss is going to channel an explosion, and you have to get to a green. However, there's more to it than that. The number of stars over a green signifies how many people need to be in greens of that shared type in order for it to actually function. Now, the easy way to remember this is go to the smallest green that you can find. The bigger the circle, the less likely it is going to work. One way people do deal with this, but I don't like to teach it, is you can completely ignore this mechanic by giving yourself stability. Frequently, firebrands will give out stand your ground, but I don't like to teach this because if you ever do the CM, it's pretty much required that you do the greens. And if any of you are working on your legendary armor, you'll have to complete this fight while doing every green. So you might as well learn the fight correctly when the game is going to eventually force you to do it correctly. Does anyone have any questions on greens? Or Agony?
We've done it once before, and I have another question for that. How big of a deal is it if an Agony just goes to a green with other people? Like, because you say
Ideally,
to
it
the
doesn't
smallest
happen.
one.
Yeah. But you have about 4 seconds before you're just going to start killing people. If a healer's in a group with her, it kind of is alleviated. So if you have a green, or if you have Agony and you need to go to a green, try to go to one where you don't think is somebody going. So like, for example, let's say that there's some like there for small ones. The group is probably going to go to Spiral or Star. So what I want you to do is head over to the one back here. However, that's not foolproof. I understand it, and sometimes stuff just happens. So I'm not going to beat anybody up for that.
All right.
All right. So the last attack that's going to happen, it comes at roughly 60%, but he has a whole like rotation he goes through, so sometimes you don't even see it. He's going to slap his forearm on the ground and spin around counterclockwise. No worries. We'll find another lack. So what this clock looks like, all you're going to do is you're just going to dodge clockwise once. That gives you the most evade frames while it's spinning around. Any questions on that?
Could you, in theory, also use the special action key to dodge it? Because
You could in
it's
theory,
an
because it
evade.
does have an evade. I
Okay.
have never tried it, but you definitely could.
I'll give it a try.
On paper, it makes sense.
You gotta dodge it by spinning around, is that it?
Yeah, so you're just going to want to dodge roll into it.
Alright, I think I got it.
There's another mechanic called donuts, but it happens at like 20%, and it just punishes you for being on the outside, so don't even worry about this mechanic. If you made it that far into the fight, it's because you're standing in the center circle. Why don't you go ahead, we'll do a ready check, and why don't you go ahead and start it, just so that way people can start seeing the polls while we wait.
Alright, lead the way.
Alright guys, this is going to be the first and only time we are allowed to start on the platform, because after this, we do have to glide down to it. It's really not that big of a deal. If you're a class that has to drop banners or something... Oh, they're joining right as...
Whoa, that feels different.
That is a bit unfortunate.
Should we GG and...
No.
No, we can continue.
Alright.
Alright. Go ahead and drop any extra things. Alright, get to the screen, get to the screen. Remember, you can just special action key there. Watch the teleports, watch the teleports. Remember, stack tightly on arrow. Watch teleports. Watch the teleports. Agony's in group. Go to a marker.
My legs!
Awesome.
Oh, what's happening?
Remember, you want to be directly under the marker. Watch the teleports. Get to the smallest screen that you can. There's one right behind us. Perfect. Agony in group.
More than enough.
Smokes.
Oh, I got teleported trying to. Alright, let's go ahead and GG. Get our friend in here.
Yeah, probably my bad. Tried rezzing while having agony. Pretty stupid.
So resing while agony is completely fine. While you're in down states, you don't take damage from agony, nor do you deal damage to others with agony. However, as soon as you come up, you're taking damage. So resing with agony is fine as long as the group is not resing that person.
I feel.
Did anyone have any
strange.
questions on what we saw? This fight starts off with a lot going on. However, pretty much nothing new gets added to the fight. So you've pretty much seen the whole fight. So what this is going to look like is we're going to glide in. He's going to smack the air. At that point, his next attack is the crystal shotgun. So I would recommend landing and dodging or using your special action key to just dash to arrow. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your chat. So when you have agony on you, you can res as well. Correct. Alright, jumping in 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Oh,
Somebody's not gonna make it to the platform.
yeah.
I
rolled off,
GG.
I rolled off the side.
Also because Helen crashed.
Sometimes just unlucky.
Arise, my brainless, arise!
What the?
Oh, someone was nice enough to drop food. Hello.
Hello.
Person from LFG, are you new to this fight?
Uh,
Totally fine if you are.
no.
I would just like to explain the fight to you.
Yeah, I'm not really new.
You're not really new, or?
No, not
Okay,
really.
cool. Also, heads up, we are doing greens.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. Alright, jump down and dash to arrow. Take this green.
No pain!
Watch the teleports. If you get teleported, just special action key back to us. Watch teleport.
I'm hit. Keep away from me.
Justin, you have Agony.
My legs. What's happening?
Alright, get to a green, preferably the smaller ones,
Mantled in death.
or it's not gonna work. Agony in group dancing, you have Agony. Watch teleports. Or if you're getting knocked back, you need to get closer to the boss. Watch teleports. Agony in group, get to a small green.
Somebody get me down.
Watch teleports. If you're getting knocked back, you're not close enough to the boss. Agony's in group. Agony's in group. Ariel, you have Agony. Same with Melina. Watch teleports. Get to a small green. Agony can join us for a brief second.
That's how I do it.
Alright, we're at 30%. Get ready for a clock attack anytime. Watch teleports. Alright, he's going to teleport around. Just stay here. Now get to any green. Any green will work.
I'm hit.
Watch teleports.
Keep away from me.
Agony's in the group.
Failing quickly.
I got the res there. Get to a green. That's not going to activate. %. Agony's in group. Agony is in group. Agony, get out of group.
Get back here.
Alright, 1% DPS him. Good job. Alright, how many of you was that your first raid kill?
Was my first.
Well, first of all, congratulations. As you can see, they're actually really not that hard. Second of all, under Heart of Thorns, you will have now unlocked a new mastery track called Raids. I recommend learning the first one. I understand you can't learn it right now due to EXP. Excuse me.
Be right there.
But I do recommend learning it because going forward there are no repair anvils. So if you do have to repair, you either have to take the rift back to the start of the fight, which can get annoying, or use a canister. So to unlock the next boss, you just talk to Glenna.
All right.
I see we're late to the party.
Which is going to trigger a bunch of dialogues. You then have to approach ruins, a pile of rubble, to trigger the next dialogue, which spawns a shovel, just like that. And then follow the leader.
Did anyone else hear that?
Next, there's a shovel over here.
Let's go dig up something interesting.
Next, there's some bonus loot for items you definitely don't want.
Let's see what we just found.
Seriously, like, it's really horrible. I got an unidentified green.
Oh, that's a possible precursor.
True, I have pulled a precursor off of blue before.
Let's see what
My
we
main
just
account.
found.
And then you just use the shovel on this pile of rubble here. It looks like it's already done.
I feel like we stepped into someone's board game.
I should try this out.
Alright. So, welcome to Mrsa Overseer. This fight is pretty much a golem, except 3 people have jobs. I'm taking the first job. So what's going to happen is once all 3 of those orbs are taken, the boss fight is going to start. I'm going to stand here, and we're going to DPS. Excuse me. Can I have my 2 Kandi Necromancers take Epidemic? It will make our life easier. Perfect. Okay, So once the boss fight starts, you are going to see 4 little ads spawn on each column. And they're going to slowly make their way downtown till they come over here, get promoted, and then they'll come beat us up. While they're running across the board, any tile that's not spicy that they touch is going to become spicy. So it's Claim's job to use their special action key to make a spicy tile not spicy. Additionally, you'll notice that I have the fixate marker over my head. That's because I choose where the boss stands. While those chess pieces are crossing the board, they are going to get invulnerability bubbles. It's Dispel's job to click on them, use the Dispel special action key, and then retarget the boss. That's all you have to do. Do I have any volunteers? I would prefer if it was somebody who hasn't done it before. That way people learn in the training raid, but if none of you guys feel comfortable, I won't force you to take it. Alright. Actually, can I have you step off the board to drop it? You're going to be the last one to take it, because you're the closest to the boss. Alright. Now, once those chess pieces get promoted, they are going to aggro to whoever has Protect. Now remember that they still turn tiles spicy. So it's your job, let's say I'm over here on Arrow. And let's say that Circle gets promoted. I want you to stand right here and not let them onto our tile. We're eventually going to then move over to Heart, at which point you'll stand right here and we'll just cleave it all down. It doesn't work 100% of the time because pathing in this game is really bad. But it does work often enough that it does matter. Additionally, your special action key button is a safety bubble. At one point I will call, if things get really bad, I'll call for you to use your special action key. You'll use it to place a AoE protection area on the ground that makes us invulnerable to everything. Even death. Do I have any volunteers for this?
How would you keep one off a tile?
What?
How would you keep one off a tile? Just by
standing on the edge.
Keeping them off it?
So they're going to run at you in a straight line. All you do is you just stand on the edge of the tile. Now sometimes they'll literally run around you because pathing is really bad. I know if Druid takes it, they actually run after my spirits. But you can go ahead and take it if you're taking it. Alright. Now for everyone. We are going to be moving around these inner 4 tiles. Primarily staying over here on Arrow. If you look down at your feet, you'll notice that there's little divots in the ground. That's because spikes come out of these periodically in a set pattern that depends on our DPS. But just know that we're primarily going to go here, then here if it's up, and then here if it's up. We pretty much won't ever touch Circle. But this is Arrow is our default space. Other than that, I want you guys just to DPS your heart out. This is where, if you want to flex your DPS, this is where you do it. Do I have any questions? Alright, Protect, a word of note with these spikes. Your whole body has to be on the tile for you to be safe. Like, right now, this will kill me because my foot's over. So I usually just stand. I try to avoid crossing this ring when there is spikes there, or spikes. This like outer stencil ring that I'm running on. All right.
I'm guessing they're unblockable, the spikes?
Yeah. And they don't even downstate you. They'll straight up kill you. Alright, we'll pull when that's ready. I'll let you guys know when to use your epidemic.
Watch your surroundings.
Fast as the wind.
Alright, Dispel, good job.
Watch your feet.
Go ahead and use Epidemic. Go ahead and dispel it. Good job. Alright, we're gonna have a promote here coming up.
Watch your feet.
I'll probably also need to get Dispel just due to the nature of this fight. Go ahead and Dispel it. Alright, we're coming over here. Oh, he's aggro to your mech. Alright, when he dies, he explodes and dodge.
Whose mech is he aggroed on?
It doesn't matter. He's already dead.
Okay.
Use Epidemic if you have it.
You've been struck. Our problems just got
Alright,
worse.
come over here. Use Protect. Just stay here. Alright, come over here. Come over here.
You're kidding.
Nice.
This fight is mine.
Watch your feet.
We're moving over here. Use Epidemic if you have it.
One of them just powered up.
Come over here. Try not to let him onto this tile. Dodge. Nice.
This is my wrath.
And there you go. Did anyone have any questions on that fight?
I do. Does he normally attack pets, or is that just like a?
He's not supposed to.
What was that?
Yeah. When he said he was attacking mech, I was confused.
Yeah, because you Protect was a mechanist, right?
No.
Okay,
Wasn't
it might have just been like.
Probably just bad pathing again.
Yeah. But I know I've like specifically seen him run after spirits.
Really pets?
Okay, so you get to this next room. There's two ways to do it. One, you can either play the mini game, walk up, talk to the door, and search through these piles of rubbles for 4 different keys at which you turn in. However, we also have a thief, and you can pick the lock, so we don't have to do the mini game. So you just walk up and talk to the door, and it'll pick the lock.
Yeah, maybe show this spot. Wait.
Nah, just pick it.
Ah, okay.
I mean, true, but
Between 10 people, usually someone will have at least one thief
or
somewhere.
everyone will just do the minigame. I mean, or force people to do the minigame. All right. So this boss is yeah, he's like a Dark Souls boss, or she. This is
It's a
Samurong.
she?
It's a she. Her name's Sammy.
What? Oh, I guess.
No, but like canonically, she is a she.
Come here.
Alright.
Alright, so this is Samurong. She's pretty much does no damage to you. But she has 2 different ways of killing you. If you like look into the arena, you'll notice that there is a bunch of spears coating the edge. That's because she's going to use her spears to knock us into those spears. The 2 ways that she does this is the first person to run in is going to get fixated. This lets you determine where she stands and where she is facing. Don't worry, it changes pretty often. Her first attack is she's going to slap her little paws at whoever is fixated, and then she's going to smack the butt end of both of her spears into the ground, creating a shockwave. What I recommend the fixate person do is run into her hitbox while she does the little slap and then dodge roll backwards. Everybody else, my best piece of advice for this boss is chase its butt constantly. It has a pretty large hitbox, so if you're chasing its butt, then it gives you a long time to react to any of its attacks. For example, the shockwave, you guys can just jump over or dodge roll through it, whichever one you want to do. I recommend jumping because you can still attack while jumping, but you do you. The second attack she's going to do is she's going to spin around 180 degrees and swing both of her spears like baseball bats to try to knock us into these spikes. Once again, if you're following her butt, you'll just rotate with her. Any questions on this?
So what happens when you're fixated again? Could you recap, please?
There's more to being fixated, but you're just determining where she stands.
Okay.
The other part of being fixated is every 10% you're going to get trampled to death. You lose all abilities and everything while you're being trampled, and your friends have to CC to break you out. So make sure you bring as much CC as you can. CC is king in this fight.
What about the part where you like? You have to
yeah, you pretty much
roll?
die if you get knocked into the spears.
That part where you have to like be inside the hitbox and not roll back. I didn't get that one.
It's just a recommendation. So, she slams her spears forward and creates a shockwave. The easiest way I recommend dealing with it is you just dodge roll backwards. And so you run into the hitbox to dodge the slapping attack that she does, because it hurts a little bit. And then dodge roll backwards is perfectly timed so that way the boss doesn't move, and you deal with the shockwave.
Alright.
Like, I can be the first person to run in to show you this.
Okay.
Alright. Additionally, spears will fall down from the sky periodically and create AoE landing zones for them. I recommend not touching these. If you get too close to them, they will fear you and you might run into a spike wall and die. I will be clearing them up periodically, but you can also epi them if you'd like, but epi's not really that needed on this fight. I also don't think epi works anymore. I haven't seen anyone try since the epi nerf. What's up, Dylan?
Would it then be useful to change one of my banners to shake it off?
Is that No, you should still have your 2 banners. However, what I do recommend if you're worried about it... Wait, you run 4 banners?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you need the healing banner. The one that increases everyone's healing power.
Okay.
You only need discipline and tactics, and battle standard isn't really wanted either. Alright. Once we get the boss to 66%, she is going to throw up a spike wall in that little balcony behind her and charge into it. I recommend not being near Samurong, because if you're in between her and her balcony, she will thrust you into the spike wall. It's not fun. What I do recommend is you guys go over to Arrow, because 2 ads are going to spawn, Slim and Chad. While you're waiting at Arrow, you guys are going to be DPSing Chad, who spawns on the other half. They aggro to whoever is farthest away, so I'm going to be over by Circle to try to knock Slim underneath Samurong and keep her rooted. Then you guys will beat up Chad. Does this make sense?
Would you repeat that?
Yeah, so I'll go into depth for it a little bit more. We need to kill Chad, but any damage dealt to Chad is redirected to Slim. When Slim dies, he explodes and regenerates his health. But doesn't let Chad regen his health. In order to free Samurong from her prison, we need to, or from her bubble that she's going to throw up, we need to get Slim to explode on her. So basically what this looks like is the druid just knocks Slim underneath it, and then you guys just DPS the heck out of Chad. And when Chad's dead, we let Slim out, kill Slim, and then the fight resumes. It's pretty much a check on me, not anything that you guys really have to do. Alright, so after this, a new mechanic is added, otherwise it's the same fight. This new mechanic is the Friends mechanic. Two people are going to get AoEs. One's going to get a large AoE, the second is going to be a small AoE. What the large AoE is you need to get off group because a spear is going to fall on you and kill you and everyone around you. Or down, actually. Not full kill. How this can be avoided is the small circle needs to find a big circle and just stand under them and shield them from the spear. Basically, big get off group, small find big, and that's it. If you are big, I don't want you running around looking for small. You may just have to go downstate if small is not listening. We don't want you to run into group and downstate everyone just to save yourself. Alright. After that, we're going to get her to 33%. She's going to run it in. We'll do a Slim and Chad phase all over again. After this phase, she gets a new move, Bonk, which actually makes the fight easier because that's less shockwaves you have to stand in. And as long as you've been chasing the butt, it's really no different. Alright, I've been talking for a while. Does this make sense to everyone?
Yeah,
I think so.
much.
Alright. Alright. So you'll see that I'm fixated, and I choose where she stands and where she's facing. So I'll run in her hitbox, and I'm dodging backwards.
Had enough?
Firing main cannon.
So here's baseball bats. Guys, chase her butt. Chase her butt. CC me? Or CC Samurong to save me? Save me? Nice. Alright, a new fixate has been chosen. Chase the butt, watch baseball bat. Good job. Jump this. CC. Good CC. Watch that spear. If you could ranged attack it to get rid of it, that would be helpful. Watch baseball bat. Watch baseball bat.
Knowledge is power.
Jump. Alright, we're 2% till the next phase. Or till trample. CC. Good CC. Watch shockwave. Alright, get away from Samurong. Away from her. Head to arrow. Don't be in front of her in there. Ooh, close call. So just wait, don't beat up on Slim. Alright, beat up on Chad. And that is this phase.
Protected.
The better our DPS here, the easier it is on me. Occasionally he will stun us. There's not really any way to react to this. There's things you can do to avoid it, but it's really extra in the training, right? To avoid a half-second stun. Alright.
chose you.
Just wait for Rigum to run to us. In the meantime, clear out some spears in the center. Alright, new fixate has been chosen. Friends are now here. Friends. Big, you need to stop moving. You're running away from your friend. Make sure we rest them.
Oh.
So, Big, once you're off group, literally stop moving.
Okay.
But still avoid any mechanics. Alright, friends. Sylvan and Charles, you are friends. So our friends, you see them?
I wield great wisdom.
Nice. I'm gonna bring her more towards the center of the room. Good job on friends.
Protected.
Alright, get ready to CC me. Good job on that CC. Big off group, Charles and Sandwood, you are. Watch baseball bats. Try to save our friend. Watch Shockwave, jump it. CC. Good job. Big off group. If you're unsure whether or not you are part of the friends mechanic, you can look at the top corner and your name will be red if you are one of the circles. Or have a red border around it. Away from Samurong, she's gonna trample. And just big DPS on Chad.
Good.
Protected.
Friends, find one another. Alright. New mechanic that's added is bonk, but as long as you're chasing the butt, it's easier. Watch the bonk, by the way. This is bonk.
By my will. Attack!
Refreshing. I feel energized.
CC? Sorry, double tap evaded. Watch bonk. Here is baseball bat. Big off group, Justin Milena. CC.
This is my wrath. Above and beyond.
Look at you guys, you are already pros in this fight. Oh. CC?
Protected.
Also, one thing that's common in this, watch spears falling by the way, is in a lot of runs you'll see the last person, or the last fixate GG at 10% to instantly interrupt it. Don't be alarmed if that happens. This is mid dodge. 1%, and good job. How far into training are we? Only an hour. Do I do Samurong? Or do I do Deimos? Alright, is anyone
Do
interested
we
in
have a
learning
hand guide?
Deimos?
Everyone, of course.
Alright, is anyone willing to play a hand kite?
I could on my main account.
What
I
role are you
already
right
have.
now?
I'm the Scourge in Group 1.
Okay. Can I have you hand kite then?
Sure.
Awesome.
I'll join with the other account then. Be right back.
Alright. I'm assuming
You
you've
may
done
have
this
to kick
fight
me
before,
from
right?
Have you come
Discord.
to crawl inside my head? Join me.
Oh,
first.
on your alts. Or on your other account, you have it.
There's
Yeah,
no
I forgot to
more
leave.
leave
Sorry.
Now,
No, you're fine.
or you'll make him angry.
Alright.
To
So,
apologize if my language is a bit off. The mech can be kind of weird with the patting,
you're fine.
especially with the constant back and forth. It happens a lot.
So, for my heal mech, what's the highest toughness you can get to? We're gonna teach you how to tank.
It's me, I think.
I could tank if you want.
Sure.
Let's see.
Alright, so, Deimos time. Deimos begins with a pre-phase. What this is going to look like is a bunch of spirits are going to run and try to blow up on the shackled prisoner. In the meantime, that little prism above us is going to randomly choose somebody to go down into the Shadow Realm. They get a green AoE, so they can take people with you. Pretty much everyone that's not tank, healer, or hand kite goes down. I'll go down just to instruct you, but it's everyone else's job to prevent people from, or prevent the big ghost from killing the prisoner. In the Shadow Realm, it looks just like this, but instead of a shackled prisoner, and there's a shackled demon. This demon is the boss, and we need to free him. How we free him is by killing these statues that are holding the chains to him. Excuse me. Ideally, we like to kill them all at the same time, because once a chain is killed, then we all go back up. So I want you guys to spread out and DPS them. What that demon in the center is going to be doing is they are going to choose one person at random, and there's not really a way to tell unless it's just following you, and they are going to send cones at you that you need to dodge, or it knocks you off the platform. If you notice that you are the person with the cones, please don't be standing next to a statue, because then it's more mechanics that people have to look out for, and we're trying to get through this pre-phase with no deaths. Any question on the pre-phase?
So if we're being attacked, we stand in between the statues?
Yep, just stand kind of where we are, except you'll probably want to be closer to the center.
The center. Like, alright.
Just so that way he doesn't hit our friends with it. After all four are done, the boss is going to show up, play a cool cinematic once. That is actually a huge DPS loss, which is kind of sad. But anyway, Tank, you are going to try and keep him pointed towards Arrow's side. Actually, Tank, are you new to tanking this?
No, I've done it before.
Okay.
Though as heal mech, so.
Alright, so you're going to keep him pointed up there. Everybody else, you're going to stay in the center and DPS your heart out.
I just have, can I just say one thing?
Yes.
I'm also a tank.
Wait.
I also have high toughness.
And you are the?
Other heal mech.
Wait, we have two heal
I
mechs?
see. No. I'm currently DPS tanking, but.
Oh, yeah. Can I have you not
Yes,
DPS tank? We'll just have the heal
Yeah,
mech
okay.
tank. For the heal mech, have you tanked this before?
No.
Okay. It's a learning time for all. So you're going to keep him pointed at Arrow. Try not to make him move as much as you can.
So
There are 2 attacks that everyone needs to look out for. The first is going to be called Pizzas. He slams his mace in front of him, which creates like a chain cone of shockwave. It's called Pizzas because it looks like a bunch of pizza slices, and you're going to want to dodge towards the first pizza slice. That's pretty much it. The second attack is called Mind Crush. That prisoner in the center, Saul, is going to throw up a barrier and shout, "Get to the ward quickly." Everybody will want to be in this ward because if you are outside, an explosion is going to happen. If you block the if you don't block the explosion, you immediately go downstate. If you do block the explosion, a debuff is going to get put on you where you take a lot of damage over time. So it's best advice to just kind of get to the ward unless you know what you're doing. While Deimos is in the center, the ward will just be in the center, so you don't need to worry about this mechanic during this phase. Once Deimos gets to 75%, he is going to, the eye is going to choose another person, and we are all going to go into the Shadow Realm. Make sure you do not take your tank, else it's a wipe.
What do I do on that part? Last part?
As tank, you just stay here. Make sure you don't go down in the green.
Stay in the triangle. Not triangle, the arrow.
Don't stay at arrow, but you just keep him in the center, but make sure you don't get teleported downwards. Because if you get teleported, the only person that's going to be up here is the hand kite, and Deimos is going to run at them and gobble up a bunch of hands and start one-shotting people.
Alright. I'll try my best.
Alright. In the Shadow Realm, there is a Shadow Saul that we have to beat up. Once we get him down to 50%, we are all going to get teleported back upwards, where he will also be with us, and we have to kill him. Now, this Saul, you pretty much just DPS him down. He has a very easy to break bar that steals your boons. Don't really worry about it too much, just DPS him down. And, like, soft CCs will pretty much break it. Once we are up, we will cleave him and Deimos down. For my tank, once Deimos is at 65%, you'll need to move him. You will take him to circle.
So I move him to circle, and then
circle's going to go there and there. So this is because the next mechanic happens at 60%, and it's called oils. Oils will spawn on the second closest person to the tank, or to Deimos. So the first is always going to be the tank. The second is wherever the group is standing, pretty much. Now, it's for this reason we don't want to ever touch the center of the arena unless we have to. The reason for that is if by chance you are the next closest person and oil gets dropped in the center, and then Deimos channels Mind Crush, we have no place to stand and we die. Now, what these oils look like is a red circle will spawn, signifying that the oil is about to be placed there. I need, whatever you're doing, do not stand in this red circle. After it materializes, it will be a black puddle with a red border, and if anyone touches it, it's going to expand. And then once it expands, it's probably going to hit another person, and then repeat expand until it's over half the arena, at which point it's probably a wipe. This is by far the most important mechanic to look out for. I don't care if your DPS suffers, do not touch this oil at any cost, or else we wipe. For my tank, you're going to be moving him between the 3 markers, just to avoid oils. So like first you take him to circle, then heart, or arrow, then heart, and back so on. Don't worry too much about moving him a ton. That's just the nature of this fight.
Alright, I'll try.
Okay.
Who's the black guide?
Who's the what?
Black guide.
The black guide.
For when, yeah, no, the black guide.
The oil kites? We don't have one.
Yeah. I mean, I can do it if you want.
If you want. I usually don't assign anyone to it because you don't always have one, and it's just safe practice to remember never be under that center area.
Yeah.
All right. So at 50%, we go back into the Shadow Realm and beat up on Shadow Soul. His special move is he splits into 4 copies of himself. We go and beat up the one with the different looking staff. If that's difficult, just follow me. At which point, once we get him to 50%, we'll come back up. Make sure we focus Shadow Soul, because we would like for him not to split. When he is splitted, please don't be in the center of all 4. You'll get bonked really hard. Try to be behind whichever one we're damaging. Any questions so far? Alright. We'll give it a few pulls.
One question towards the tank. What is your toughness right now?
My toughness? Hold on, let me check. It's currently at 200k. Not
You mean
2k?
2k.
Yes,
Okay.
2K
Yeah, that's
and
fine. Alright.
6.
Just wanted to know how high I can go on the toughness.
This is going to be more stressful than building house out of mattresses.
A word of advice for this fight, guys. Don't get discouraged. I usually don't take people to this fight. I usually teach it in its own right. I was supposed to go down to construct people. Alright.
I took Entangle on as my elite skill, so
Okay.
you're free to go down in the first place if you want to.
Nice, everyone's alive.
Always a question.
Alright. Ideally, we like to spread out our damage across. Oh, we got 2 at the same time. Good job. Alright, DPS that last pillar and get ready for the boss. And here's your cinematic.
Oh, great.
Alright, here we go. Remember, you want to keep him in the center. You don't want him to move out of the center. Here's pizzas. Dodge this. Good job. Everyone stack tightly on me. Stand in the center ward, or when it blows up, you will go downstate. Try to keep him pointed at arrow. Dodge this.
I chose attack. Mow him down.
Dodge this. Now if you fail to dodge that, you do get hit with 25 stacks of bone. Alright. Make sure we're in the ward. Did we not? Did we take our tank?
Yeah, we took our tank.
Okay, GG. Tank, you need to make sure that you're not in that. You're on Mechanist, right?
Yeah, so sorry about that.
No, no worries. So one bit of advice is Shield 5 can protect you outside of the arena. So for example, we all need to stand in that bubble to avoid going down. But you can press Shield 5 and live through it, and then you just heal yourself up.
Alright.
Also, one bit of advice is, let me try to stand right there at square.
I was trying to point that arrow where the boss was
Yep.
was facing.
But if you stand at square, just like barely outside, then it keeps him focused, because we don't want him to be on this half of the arena, because then it makes it really hard on your hand kite, and they have to deal with pizzas.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Totally fine. You're learning this fight. Or you're learning tanking on this fight. I don't know if you're new to this fight.
It's my first time doing this entire raid.
Oh, nice.
This is wing 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is wing 4. All right, here we go.
What are you doing? You'll let him out?
Make sure we spread out. Don't focus one pillar. Gilson, you seem to be the fixate. Oh, GG.
Well, sometimes I'm just bad.
My best advice is just always keep your camera pointed at Deimos.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Wait, so what happened there?
Somebody got hit off the platform.
Yeah. Was too focused on my opener.
You don't need to full rotation these pillars. You want to save that for...
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm trying to get used to it, all of it.
What are you doing? You'll let him out?
I am mighty.
Alright, we'll see who it's chosen. Looks like it's one of you two. Oh.
Protected.
Nice, people are still alive.
Protected. Refreshing. I am mighty.
Alright, here we go. And we're staying Kanon Square. And then when Mind Crush happens, you just dip inside the ward.
Stand in the ward.
Alright, come into the ward tank. Hey. Nice. Dodge this. You don't need to move too much while tanking.
Glorious combination of
Alright, we're about to head to the Shadow Realm. Dodge forward.
Barrier up. Good luck.
Make sure we don't take her tank. Nice. Now beat it up, Soul.
Quickly.
above and beyond.
Tanky will either get to the ward or block the attack.
You won't
I was
escape.
desperate.
Alright, good job. Everyone stay here. Soul will come to us. Beat up Soul.
I was caught for my crimes and exile.
Okay, remember at 65% you're moving to circle tank. Actually, go ahead and head there now.
You must like pain.
Oh, he's not animation locked.
Stand in the ward. Quickly.
It's ward time. Alright, try to move him to circle. We're 2%. Alright, out of that red, out of the red, out of the red, out of the red. Good job.
This is my wrath.
Dodge this. Watch the red. Now only 2 oils can be up at a time, so after this it's over by circle again. Make sure we don't take our tank, we're going into the underworld, just stay here. Oh, our tank's down.
Got taken. Oh.
That's gonna be a GG. I'm gonna call it for 5 minutes. I'm gonna head to the bathroom.
Sorry about that.
No, you're totally fine. Alright. Be right back.
Our Spectre casually soloing Soul.
Yeah.
It's funny because
It's too much pressure
Saul
now
is
because of the tears.
Saul is soloing Daimos on top, while he's just staring at me, or rather at my carcass.
Oh, there he goes.
No.
Ooh.
Alright. This is my AFK check.
Sorry, back.
Welcome back. Alright, here we go.
We can just go. Let's go.
You'll let him out?
It's... Oh! Nice. One more pillar remains.
And that was the pillar.
Ticked.
Dodge forward. I'm gonna ban a bot in my chat.
Oh no.
They have been dealt with swiftly.
Stand in the ward. Quickly.
Glorious combination of skill.
Get to the ward. Nice.
Kidding, right?
Dodge this. Try to keep them pointed southbound. %4 till phase. Dodge this. Those are looking great at pizzas. Make sure we don't take the tank.
Use your shield tank.
Nice. We're about to be coming up.
I was desperate and turned to thievery to pay my creditors.
Stay here, let Saul come to us, dodge forward.
But I could not outrun my guilt. I was caught for my crimes and innocent. I was left for dead until the Mrsa found me.
Here's Ward. Alright, go ahead and move to circle. Nice. The other mechanic I didn't really mention because I didn't want to overload you guys is now tiers are going to spawn around the room and they start shooting massive damage. So if you ever see a blue circle, good job out of that oil. Dodge this. If you ever see a blue circle with a flag over it, just run into it. It'll put a skull over your head. All that skull means is you can't pick up another till that skull is gone. Move, move, move. Alright. We'll be fine here. Oh, our tank's down.
Oh man, I used shield this time.
It's shield 5.
You have to time it, but yeah, we'll GG.
It's shield 4?
Shield 5.
I'll use 4.
No, 4 is the reflect.
Oh.
It's fine.
Totally fine.
There, sorry.
4 is the one that you're not supposed to press on Cairn.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I had a brain fart there, sorry.
What he means by that is if you reflect during Cairn, that crystal shotgun gets thrown back into your group.
It's honestly pretty funny.
It is kind of funny. You can double tap it, but it's...
I mean, you kind of want to double tap it for the protection, but that's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, crap, I forgot to repair. Whatever.
Ellie feels so bad during Cairn, just because they throw out so many reflective auras. Like, ooh. Alright, here we go.
What are you doing? You'll let him out!
Alright, it's one of you guys dodge. Nice. One's at 9%.
There's only one left.
Oh. Wow, we did that really well. Good job, everyone. Dodge.
Stand in the ward, quickly!
Make sure to get to your ward.
Nice one.
Dodge backwards. Dodge forward. Make sure we don't take our tank.
Stand in the ward, quickly!
Good job.
I was desperate.
Alright, coming up.
And turned to thievery to pay my creditors. But I could not outrun my guilt.
Just making me nervous.
Caught for my crimes and exile.
Sorry,
Dodge
not
forward?
again.
No, you're fine.
Until the Mrsa found me.
I pulled this boss for 2 hours last night, and our hand kept dying, so I just have PTSD from that. Get to the ward. Go ahead and move to circle.
That's one dead.
Alright, we are going to continue. Alright, move to Era. You can tell who knows this fight really well, because people are like trying to oil kite. Alright, we're about to phase.
That's
Come to
fast.
me.
Wow.
Yeah, our DPS is really good. Oh, we hit oils.
Well,
GG.
That might have been me, but I couldn't see the telegraph, so it was like I was just standing, and then suddenly a red circle appeared. And I was like, "Oh, fuck!"
So, take this advice with the biggest grain of salt, because I don't want you guys doing it, but just know that in worst case scenario, it is a thing. You can dodge through oils. Don't try and dodge through oils, but if you aren't paying attention, you're like, oh my god, there's an oil beneath me, go ahead and dodge. But please don't use it if you need to, if the boss is on the other side of the oil, please don't just dodge through the oil.
I think there I mistimed my 5 shield.
You don't want to use it the moment it appears. You kind of want to wait a little.
I listened to the sound
How many
effects.
swings was it again?
It's either 3 or 4 for the explosion.
Yeah, so like at the third swing, or like when the ramp up of the sound effect is.
I
like,
go based on the
high
sound.
point. Yeah, same, but
I just don't have
So I'll
timing yet.
Yeah. I'll for the first Mind Crush, the one that you're going to be in, I'll let you know the timing of when I would use a block. You can still be in there, but just kind of so you know the sound effect.
Alright. Because I just have a hard time figuring out the timing.
It comes the more you pull this boss.
Alright.
it also goes for risking with AED.
So I would use it now.
No.
Is when I would use it.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Alright, we're about to go down.
Enemy targets.
Make sure we don't take a friend.
Stand in the ward, quickly!
Then I would block now, I think. I can't hear the sound effect. Alright, coming up.
I was desperate
That feels
and
better.
turned to thievery to
getting
pay
faster.
my creditors. But I did not outrun my guilt. I was caught for my crimes and exiled. I was left for dead until the Mrsa found me.
Alright, I am no longer going to call out pizza dodges, as we seem to be doing fine.
Quickly!
Block.
Protect me!
Move the circle.
Move. Move to circle. Watch that oil. Watch the oil, watch the oil, go to heart.
Stand in the ward, quickly!
Nice blocks. Now just know you do take a lot of damage after you do so.
Wonderful combination.
Alright, come over to this guy, stand behind him. If you're in the center, you're gonna get bopped by all of them. Fun fact of the day, they target whoever has the highest crit chance.
That feels better.
I'm still hard, by the way. Should I move?
Basically, when you move is when there's oils. Get to the ward.
Oh god.
Pick our friend up, pick our friends up, pick our friends up. Dodge. Oh. That's gonna be a wipe.
Didn't notice the ward.
I was staying at her because there was no oil, so I thought
Yeah.
it was safe.
During this phase, you kind of just vibe out for a little bit because we're dealing with Shadow Soul. It's a GG, by the way.
When you mean Vava, we mean just stay in the same spot?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Basically, your signal for when you're moving is there an oil? Is it hard for my DPS to damage because there's an oil nearby him? If yes, you move. If not, you just kind of stay still. As a tank, you want to move the boss as little as possible, because a lot of DPS in this game throw down AoE fields. So if you move him a lot, then it moves out of that DPS fields.
Yeah, okay.
We'll probably give Deimos 15 or so more minutes. I only expected to do the first 3 bosses, but we cleared it in under an hour.
It would be funny if we cleared it right now. But
The magic of the last try.
I don't think we have enough luck for that.
Oh, someone either DC'd or...
I still have some Omnumberry tarts, so they give plus 30% magic fund. Maybe that's enough. Enough
Maybe enough luck.
It's like putting the last card in the card tower.
Yeah.
I don't know, what non-Wing 3 fight do you guys want to learn next?
Yes.
I was about to say the same.
That's not Wing 3. I'm not training Zera because this is an alt account, so I don't have my gliding mastery yet.
Oh.
I'm halfway through EXP on it.
Personally, the only one I haven't done with you yet is Matthias, because last time we were stuck at sloths for so long.
It's so hard to train Wing 2 on an alt account where I can't just have a heal Scourge.
I can bring one.
Alright.
I have a heal Scourge even on my alt account, so I can get the benefit from it. And have a vacuum Scourge as well. Can't open it though.
For the person running back, you can type /GG, or you could have taken those rifts to get back to us.
So, do you think we might be able to full clear Wing 2?
Sloths is gonna take most of the time, so...
Yeah. So, for example, I did a full clear of Wing 2 on NA, but I had to have like 3 different roles personally that I could swap to. And I know 4 people that were very experienced players. Wing 2 just is very punishing. I will also cancel this and restart it.
And how about the other bosses? Like, the first one, I know that how hard it is. We did it earlier the week, but how about the other,
For
the last
Matthias?
two? Yeah,
Well,
how
we
bad is it?
did Trio. Trio's the next boss on that wing. Trio's basically an open world event.
What are you doing?
Matthias itself is not a very hard fight. The issue where a lot of people run into is it's extremely easy to get chain griefed. So what I mean by that is you have to leave stack to go do a mechanic, and this mechanic is dodging you in the or dealing damage to you in the meantime. You go deal with the mechanic, you're at like half health. You come back, you immediately get that mechanic again, just because it's by chance. Or you're running to deal with mechanic, and then you get a fireball in the back while you're not paying attention, running to do the mechanic. It's very easy to just go chain downstate in that fight.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Nice to see. And Matthias is the last boss of Wing 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what's the one before that?
Trio.
Wait, is it 3 bosses Wing 2?
Technically 3, but really only 2.
Oh, I thought it would be 4 bosses, like most wings are 4 bosses.
That one only has 3. Not every wing has 4 bosses.
I'm including events as bosses like Spirit Run on Wing 1. I'm counting that as a boss.
Yeah.
Though it really isn't.
Anything that gives legendary insight.
Alright.
Stand in the ward, quickly.
Make sure not to take your tank. Like for example, I would say Wing 5 has 4 bosses, even though like Rivers is really basically Spirit Run 2.0. Statues is very easy. So it only has 2 real dodge this. Make sure to stand near Deimos, that way it pulls him over to us. I'm actually going to stop talking about this. Ward, please. Make sure we're moving Deimos. Oh, GG, that's our tank.
Bad dodge, I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
Man's got yeeted off.
I saw myself fly, I'm so sorry.
But going back what I was saying, Wing 3, or Wing 6 only has 3 bosses. Conjured Amalgam, Largos, and Q1. Wing 7 only has 3 bosses. It has a gate, which is a pre-event, but it doesn't give you a legendary insight, so I don't really count it. Gives you an unidentified rare, though.
Oh boy. Yeah, the loot is good. Time to get myself a dusk.
That's what I tell people, is doing it has the chance to reward a 500 gold item. Alright, here we go.
The chance is incredibly low, but it's there.
Hey, it gets people excited for Gate.
Absolutely.
I mean, infusions exist and people are excited for those.
Oh.
Oh, GG. Alright, I will say this is our last, or we have one more real pull. So once we get out of pre-event, that will be our last pull.
What happened, by the way?
Somebody got knocked off in the underworld.
Yeah, okay. They got sent to the Shadow realm.
Yeah. Alright, last pull.
What are you doing? You'll let him out! Has chosen its sacrifice.
This is my wrath!
Attack!
Pride? Excuse me? My entangle did not work on the Pride.
Oof. Anyway, we're coming up. Oh, we
That
one
is
burned it.
weird.
Let's go.
Well,
Nice.
Dodge this.
Stand in the ward.
Ward.
Leave me be!
Yay, healing.
Protected.
Just a couple moonfires.
Oh.
I wield great wisdom.
Stand in the ward. Quickly.
Not on my watch.
We have really good DPS.
Beautiful blend of talents.
I was desperate and turned to thievery to pay my creditors. But I could not outrun my guilt. I was caught.
Make sure we're beating up Saul.
I was left for dead until the Mrsa found me. Stand in the ward, quickly!
After this, make sure you move to circle tank.
Beautiful blend of talents.
He likes to animation lock himself quite a bit. Out of the red, out of the red, out of the red. Dodge this. Oh, very close. We're phasing. Make sure not to take your tank.
Stand in the ward, quickly!
You won't escape.
Remember, this is the one that splits. Save your burst for up top. You don't need to, because we're not under pressure too much up here. Come, be behind him. Don't be in the center of all of them. If we have real good DPS, we can avoid a split up top.
That's how I do it.
I gambled away everything I had, and then some.
Right, DPS them. I'm just gonna go hit oil. Okay, real quick.
In the ward, quickly!
DPS.
Ward, 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 ward. Pick our friends up very quickly. Make sure we're killing this guy, this guy, this guy.
Protected.
DPS soul, DPS soul, DPS soul. Dodge this. We're trying to avoid another split. DPS, DPS, DPS. Nice. Go to ward.
Quickly!
And we'll need to move Deimos out of that oil. Don't be underneath him. Watch that oil. Dodge this. Make sure we are gathering tiers.
there are 2 tiers out here.
You can look at. Watch that oil. Watch that oil. Move over to hearts. Dodge this. Alright, let me explain the next phase, because it's about to happen. Under there, this soul, out of that, come to ward. This one will have a CC. We do not CC him down there. If we fail to CC him, it's teleported, so we want to, or we get teleported, dodge this. So we'll want to save our CC for up top. And there's no punishment for getting teleported down there. But down here you can get teleported to hands, oils. So make sure you save your CC. Just DPS. Doesn't matter if you get teleported down here.
Stand in the war, quickly!
Alright, coming up. Make sure we focus him. Focus Soul. CC him, CC him. Watch this. Oils are up. CC Soul, CC Soul. Nice. Come to ward. CC him. Good job. Pick our friend up. And DPS Soul, DPS Soul. Make sure we're gathering tears after Soul's dead. CC him. Nice. Dodge this. Alright, this is 10%. We are all going down into the Shadow Realm. It's pretty much the same fight, except he is 8 times as big. He is going to have 2 fist attacks. One is going to be on the one side of the arena, the other is going to be on the other side, then it's going to be both. You'll want to dodge, or be on the opposite side that is coming down. And then for the slam attack, you want to dodge way before you think you need to. Don't be too close to the boss. We have someone here. Okay, so other side, other side. Alright, stay that side, stay that side. Don't touch that oil, oil! Back up, wait for that oil to time out. Dodge.
Oh, well, I at least tanked the...
Get...
Hurts, doesn't it?
Wait for that oil to time out. If you have any ranged DPS, now's the time. Dodge. Alright, run in. Make sure we do not touch oils. Stay on this side. Get ready to dodge. Basically, as soon as both of his hands come up is when you dodge. Dodge.
Oh.
Don't touch that oil. Do not touch that oil. Stay this side. Just DPS. And congrats!
The magic of the last try, I told you, but good job.
Nice.
I think
pretty much spectated
hang of it. I think I got the hang of the positioning.
Yeah. It's really easy. When you trust your group more, you can be closer to the center. Because then it's less room that they have to run back and forth, but enjoy a cinematic, which the audio for it is bugged currently.
When you told me to just stand still, I just like, okay, I'm just grab a drink.
Tormented by my own demons. Paralyzed by the shame of selling out my people.
Yeah, and I learned that down there the mega hitbox for Deimos is weird because I charged once and like the hitbox was on the platform, and then I charged another one and I charged off the platform.
Oh no.
So like apparently it's inconsistent. Great.
No.
That's gonna be fun.
Self-yeet.
No, he dies.
Oh, isn't this lucky? Chest of inscriptions, chest of insignias. I think there's some of those.
Yes. Congrats. Alright, that will conclude my training for here. If somebody wants to post logs, I can review them. My add-ons were bugging yesterday and I didn't have time to re-enable them.
Kind of want to know how was my alacrity, especially with the mech going all whoopity-whoopity everywhere.
If anyone has them, you can post them in the EU LFG and I'll review them on stream, else apologies.
I do not have the logs, but Alec uptime in both groups were above 95%.
If you
nice.
give
That's
me
really
a
good.
second, I will upload them.
All groups?
Oh, sounds good.
Both groups. Group 1 was
It was me.
88, 99, 97, 90. And group 2 was 92, 96, 100, 89, 76, and then me with none.
I'm still
Somehow.
not used to Mechanist.
Yeah.
Well, you were hand kiting, so you didn't have
Yes.
any boons on you.
I had protection 100% of the time.
Hey.
Hey.
There's
No. And other than that, protection was about 70% and 100% fury all the way.
I just have a hard time getting alacrity, just not being used to Mechanist and all that.
Electricity was, you were in group 1, sub 1?
Yeah.
Elec was not the problem, but you have to remember that the golem does give might as well, and compared to the almost perfect uptime on Alec, the might was about 20 might all the time. So
20
not
might's
bad,
actually
but
really decent.
it's really
in
good, but you
trainings,
can
I tell
push it.
people to shoot for 20.
Okay.
But once you're more experienced, 23 average uptime is kind of what you shoot for. Out of curiosity was mine. I tried to shoot for 24, but I think I got distracted.
Group 2?
Yeah.
22.4, 22.9, 22, 23.3, and 22.8.
Oof.
So basically what you shot for, you got it.
But my alacrity was above 90 at least, right? I tried to put that goal.
Yes, alacrity was absolutely fine. 90 and above.
I mean, this is my first time doing alacrity on the raid. I usually do quickness.
Oh yeah.
Well, congrats.
Also for the might uptime, you can use the elixir gun 4, is it? I think it's 4. Not if you're tanking.
I think these are the correct ones.
Elixir gun 4 is leaping back.
They look good.
Yes. You can cancel that with the weapon swap, because due to the jump back, you are airborne for the duration, and when you weapon swap while airborne, it stops the animation.
Yeah, I just did that. Didn't know that.
Alright, if anybody wants to follow along, I have them on stream. Let me link my stream.
Would that be the end of the raid?
That is the end of the training. I'm just going to be reviewing logs.
Then I wish you all a very happy evening. Happy
Take
holidays.
Care.
If you got some.
Oh yeah, it is Easter.
If not,
Thanks for the teaching.
Enjoy Easter. See you guys.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Alright, so first thing I look at when I look at logs is I go to mechanics. For teleports, decent on teleports. You want this as low as possible. 6 and 5 is a little high. 3 is getting up there. Ideally, it should be 2 and below, but if this was your guys' first time, completely fine. Next is green. Green is whether or not you failed to get to a green and got CC'd. Pretty low, honestly. Stab green is if you failed to get to a green, but you had stability. So somebody was farting out stability. Knockback is that crystal shotgun attack. If you had a high amount of that, then that means you weren't standing in the inner circle enough. I see 11 there. So maybe just watch where you're standing, unless you were pressing shield 4 and knocking it back into yourself while you had agony.
Why do I think that 11 was me?
11 was Justin.
That's me.
Yeah. Agony is how many times you got agony. And this is how many players you dealt that percentage of their health. So 25 is you dealt 25%. Really not that bad. 50 is you did half their health. 75 is really bad. So it wasn't too high. Or you got that percent of your health taken away.
You told me to...
Basically just from standing in agony.
I didn't realize I had red. When you told me I had, I just got out instantly with the blink.
Okay, totally fine. But yeah, that all looks good. Leap is when he teleports around. He does it in a set pattern, but that pattern, until you do it like a lot, you're not going to know the pattern. So don't worry about this at all. Next, we'll look at our boons. Might looked really good. Fury looks really good. Quickness was a little slow in sub 1. Is that on me? You had a personal of 94, so you just weren't hitting everyone with it. My best advice for Firebrand is remember it throws it out in a cone, so you want to be behind everyone at all given points. Because you were pressing the button. You just missed 2 people with it. Next is our Alacrity. By the way, sub 2, you looked fine. You had a 93, and everybody else was over 75%. Alacrity looks good across the board. Good job. Prot looks good, and that's really all the boons that we go for. I mean, I can also look at where is my spirits were fine. Where is banner uptime? Really good. 80%.
That's gonna be terrible.
No, 80%'s decent. That's not uptime of whether the banner was there. That's the average of whether or not you hit everyone with banners.
Okay. I was running the wrong banners the beginning of the year, right? But...
I mean, you had strength and discipline. You can go to support buffs to see, or where is it? Defensive buffs? Yeah, your defense banner. That one's not really brought too often.
As I said, I was running all banners at first, so...
Wait, all banners? You mean also the ult was a banner?
Yeah. I switched it when I heard that that wasn't really the expected thing. It was my very first raid, so I'm still fine with it.
I'll be honest, I don't know of a spell kiter or spellbreaker handkite build. Or not handkites, banner builds. I'm sure you could find one.
As soon as you said see you at 7, I was like, oh shit, I only have my spellbreaker ready.
I would advise not playing spellbreaker, but if you really like the playstyle, you do you. The reason Spellbreaker is a little difficult, especially in raids, is it requires you really, really knowing the fight to time your counterattacks. So, which brings us to our next point, damage.
I have a question. How many Spellbreakers have you seen in raids?
I see about 1 every 2 months.
Yeah,
it is very, very uncommon. And the ones that I do see are handkite builds for demos.
So a specific build, yeah.
Yeah. It's very uncommon, but honestly, here's my philosophy on, like, setup. As long as you have the right gear, that's 70% of the battle. I don't know if you've seen Muck doing his LI builds where he just auto attacks are hitting anywhere from 13 to 20k.
Yeah.
That's all that is it's just how good either Viper's gear or Berserker gear is. Having that is 70% of the battle. The other 25% is your build. And then the last 5% is your actual skill on the class. So really just having the right gear is enough a lot of the time. So like if you really want to play Spellbreaker in raids, go for it. Just know that you will on average do less than a Berserker. But I mean if you're better on Spellbreaker than Zerker and you don't want to learn or do the playstyle, that's completely fine. So DPS. For my new players, I shoot for like 10k DPS is kind of where you should be. And it looks like almost everyone hit there. I would maybe work on your banners a little bit more, or your Spellbreaker. This doesn't go for any of my DPS or my boon classes. Banners is kind of a DPS class. So like my quickness and alacrities, don't hold yourself to that. But overall, a really good log. 24k, really solid. Good job. Next, we will go to Mrsa Overseer. So, if your DPLs felt low here, take it with a grain of salt because teleports happen and all that, and it's really unfun. However, Mrsa Overseer, you pretty much stand still and hit this unless you had a roll. But even the roll, you have like one button to press every 30 seconds. So, mechanics. This is the Jade Explosion. That's the thing I told people to dodge. It really doesn't matter too much. In higher skill groups, you'll definitely want to eventually avoid this because it's common to just take one healer. But yeah, we looked good there. This is just because we had two come at once. So don't worry about that. And this is just who took what button. Next, we'll look at our boons. Boons looked really good again. Quickness, a lot better. You were hitting people more. Alacrity looks great. Prot also looks great. We'll look at our banner uptime. Banner uptime of 90%. Good job.
I only thought on Marcel I had worse alacrity because the mech kept moving around.
I mean, you hit 90%, which is fine.
Because every time I see the mech trying to, I don't know, go to a different raid, I try to blink him back in position.
Yeah, no, you did fine. You can also use the command attack button to pull him back over to you, or the come back to me.
Come back, yeah. I just prefer to do the blink because it literally positions where I am. And I'm usually stuck on the team, so I just do that.
Next is your DPS. Holy crap, we're really good at 33k. For this fight, because it's pretty much just standing still and hitting there, I tell everyone to shoot for 15k unless you're providing a boon. So you're a little low on banners, but you did much better than on Cairn. So good job in pretty much almost doubling your damage. Yeah, DPS looks really good. Any questions?
I'm one of the more experienced ones, so I guess that's why my DPS is that high. But
33k is still really good though, even for experienced.
I mean, I'm playing Condi Mechanist, so and the easy rotation. So.
All right. Next, we'll move on to Samurong. Mechanics. This is Shockwave. How many times you got hit by the thing you didn't jump over? We have some high numbers here. Just be more mindful of that. It's not the biggest of deal as long as it didn't get you killed, but you do want that as low as you can get it. Swipe is the baseball bat. Wow, I got hit by it twice. Our baseball bats look alright. I'm a little upset at myself at twice because I've done this boss probably over 100 times, but alright. Trample is whenever we hit 66 or 33% and she runs into the balcony. That's whether or not you got hit by it. This is whether or not you were the fixates of the respective things. Kind of ignore that. This is whether you're the big green. This is the small green. This is for the friends mechanic. This is whether or not you failed or you are a part of a failed one. So we have a few fails. What is that? 3 or 5. How do we have an odd number of failed greens? What? Anyway, there was either 3 or 4 failed greens. So just be more mindful of that. And then kind of just ignore all these. This is the bomb. That's whether or not the spear landing hit you. Yeah, all this looks fine. Just maybe watch the shockwave a little bit more. But it was also only one pull, so actually let me see how our shock. Most of those were at the beginning. Some of those were in phase 2. And by the end of the fight, almost nobody got hit by it. So good job. Next, we'll look at our boons. Boons are a little more difficult in this fight, but might looks good, quickness looks good. Alacrity in 2 looks a little low. But you had a personal 94, so it just was a stacking issue. Prot's a little low in my sub. I didn't activate Spirit as much as I should have, but overall, boons look fine. DPS, again, I shoot for around like 8k, of which our DPS looks alright. Does anyone have any questions before I go to the next one? Alright. Mechanics. This is whether or not oil hit you. That should be in the last phase, right? Yeah, we didn't have an oil pre of that. Charles was the one that touched the oil, so just be a little more mindful of that in the last phase. But we recovered from it. Pizzas, whether or not you got hit by the pizza attack. A little high, but we are fine. This is the right smash, left smash, and both smashes. Looks alright. Normally you'll have a firebrand thrown out Aegis for this, but I didn't assign anyone to do it. Tier is whether or not you took a tier. You want this one to be as high as you can, but tiers weren't too much of an issue. Mind Crush is whether or not you got hit by Mind Crush without blocking it, or without being in the bubble. This is whether or not you got hit by it and or actually, I don't think that it has.
So the first one is if you got hit by it without bubble
without being in
and
bubble,
the second one
and it's just whether or not you got hit by it regardless of blocks.
Yeah.
This is who was chosen for green. Teleports. Yeah, we all look fine there because we didn't have any teleport during Drunkard. Only in the underground. Next, we will look at our boons. Might suffered a little bit, but this fight's a little more chaotic. Fury looks alright. Quickness alright. Alacrity looks alright. And here's our DPS. I won't hold anyone really too heavily on this because depending on oil spawns, your DPS can fluctuate. But yeah, everything looks alright. For our Spellbreaker, I would recommend just practicing your DPS a little bit more. But yeah, everything looks totally fine. Great job, everyone. Alright, if nobody has any questions, then I will go ahead and call it here and also end the stream. I also upload any of these VODs to YouTube if anyone wants to rewatch them.
For something that was unexpected like demos, we actually did pretty good.
Yeah, you guys did phenomenal this training raid. I think we pulled it for about an hour, which is faster than most of my demos training raids. Usually it takes like 90 minutes or an hour to learn, or 90 minutes to 2 hours to learn. But yeah, good job, everyone. Alright.
Yeah, thanks for the ride.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
See ya.
Alright. Thank you everyone for watching my training raid. I'm gonna go ahead and head off because I have streamed so much lately that I need a break. Alright. Thanks everyone. Bye. Wrong outro.